Hey buddy, it's Mike here. Today we're talking about Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic on the Nintendo Switch. And I didn't expect this. I'm pleasantly surprised by this new edition. And if you haven't heard of Roller Coaster Tycoon, you must be living under a rock. So this is one of those games that, started off in the 90s and really took the simulation genre to the next level. This one gives you the classic Roller Coaster Tycoon game. Combines features and scenarios from Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2. And you get all the expansions like the Wacky Worlds, the Toolkit, the Time Twister expansion packs. And it has a ride developer so you can, create your own roller coasters and import them into your scenarios. So I thought that was awesome. Honestly, this is the best I've seen Roller Coaster Tycoon since maybe Open Roller Coaster Tycoon, and that's on the computer. So this is the best you're gonna get in terms of Roller Coaster Tycoon on a console. And there's something cozy about just playing this game on a console as opposed to playing on the PC. That being said, I also played Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 on the Switch, so I kind of have some background on how this game transitions into console in terms of controls. And I have to say, they definitely improved how this game controls. So I remember playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 on the Switch. I didn't really, connect well with the UI and the controls. This time around, I don't know what it is, but I'm able to, create rides. I find the controls are a lot better. It's a lot more accessible, a lot easier to use. Playing this really takes you back to the 90s. I mean, kind of aging myself a bit, but it really takes you back to back in that original Roller Coaster Tycoon feel. It's hard to explain, but it's something special. And if you haven't experienced Roller Coaster Tycoon at all, definitely pick this up. Now, it's not all perfect. Like I said, I would say the most optimal way to play Roller Coaster Tycoon is through Open Roller Coaster Tycoon, and that's kind of like a modded version of the classic game. This one has a couple of shortcomings. So, first off, you can't have that. It doesn't have that sandbox mode, and I don't know why. That's a huge missing feature where you're not really worried. You're not limited to your scenario or financial constraints, and it just allows you to be very creative. I'm not sure why they didn't put that in here, but you know what? They have enough scenarios. Have those 95 awesome scenarios from Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2. So in terms of overall gameplay and value, you're definitely going to have enough without that sandbox mode, so I won't completely hold it against the game. And these scenarios have various different goals to complete, raising your park rating to a certain level or getting a certain amount of guests and making a park profitable. So I think that's enough to get your creative juices going. I don't think, not having that sandbox mode really hinders the game as itself because you have endless hours of content between these 95 scenarios. Not to mention, like I said, you have like the developer modes. You can, build and create your own rides and stuff like that. And they've also added a major quality of life improvement. So now you can actually speed and slow down and pause time. And I can't tell you how awesome this is, especially if you're in a rush and you kind of want to get through your scenario quicker or, experience more scenarios with limited time. This is the best way to do it. So huge quality of life improvement. In terms of this presentation, everything looks like how you'd remember it from the 90s, from the sounds and the visuals. There's something special about just games of that time and just this particular game in general. It has this old school look that hasn't aged a bit. Like it really looks great. It says this old school look that just it's engaging, it's fun, and I love it. Maybe I'm biased because I grew up playing this, but I love how it looks. I actually prefer this look rather than the new 3D look that you'd find in like Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. The only thing that you won't be able to do really is go on the rides in first person mode. That was my favorite thing to do in, Planet Coaster and Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. So you're kind of missing that. Otherwise, in terms of like frame rate and everything, this game does experience some frame rate drops, especially when you zoom out. Not so much when you zoom in, but when you zoom out, like no matter what, you're definitely going to get some really bad frame rate drops. And that's kind of my second little issue with this is just the frame, especially for a game that looks like this. Computers back in the day pretty much ran on a potato, so I don't know why they couldn't get the frame rate together on a console such as a Nintendo Switch. But otherwise, this is a great package. And if you haven't played Roller Coaster Tycoon, the classic version, maybe you've tried out the newer versions, you need to play this original classic. It's a must play, in my opinion. For anyone who enjoys simulation games, you're going to have a great time, and you're going to get great value for money. It's not like priced as a full price game, but honestly, you're going to get hundreds of hours of value in this one. And it's good value too. There's like nothing like, waking up with a cup of coffee, getting your scenario going. It's one of those games, those feel good games, simulation games that really, it's a good value for your time. So highly recommending Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic on the Switch. It's definitely a great surprise, a great addition to your Switch collection. So I'm highly recommending it. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, please consider checking out my channel and subscribing. Your support means a lot, and it really helps getting this channel going. So, if you subscribed, I appreciate having you on board, or if you're already subscribed, a big thank you. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed my video, and then we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.